Well, here we are with cleanup from one stellar day, man. One stellar day. And I wish my buddy's pile was as big as my pile, honestly. And then he lost at one point. That was like this size. Had some tip missing, but man. Here's that first thumb scraper he found, or duckbill scraper. And boy, is the front of that thing polished. And it's all there. That's exactly how that side was made. Pretty much all uniface. And then this was the first thing I think he found. And we're pretty sure by the flaking on this that it's a Missouri pine tree. A little bitty pine tree. It has some serration still left on it, but you can tell it has the serration flaking. Then he had this little Dixon here, which would have been a cool little guy, missing just a little bit of shoulder. And had this Dixon. Look at that beautiful mosaic. Crying shame that base was missing. Still a nice point, nevertheless. Awesome material. Come on, focus. Don't play with me. And then he had this base of a broken Atlee. That's some awesome mosaic. And he had this big apple creek here. Real shame it had that nick in the blade. That ear knocked off, because usually our apple creeks don't get that big, and that's a pretty good size for one. Then that's a real crying shame. Broken Graham Cave. And there's never been a Graham Cave found out in the back fields. It's always, I've got a half of one from the front field, but we've never found a full one. And then this really cool tool he found here. Check out the material in this baby, man. Is that not sweet or what? Trying to keep the light more to the whiteness. I don't know why it does that. But from here all the way around over here is just as ground gets. I mean, it's smooth. And then you get to the back part of this, it's all sharp. So whatever they were using it for, it was either hafted this way at this end, or they just used it so much it worn it that much. And then he had 3 bullets. And we always find bullets when the river eats it. And then this Dixon here. Oh man. That's the brother of that one I just sent cans. I mean, about same, found the same place, same style of Dixon, just a little bit of tip missing. Still an awesome Dixon. It'd go in my case any day.
My best piece, yes.
And then this little guy right here, check it out. It's a notch in the ear. But if I can get this focus to want to play right, get everything else out of the background, where you can really see the flaking on this ear. Pretty sure this is a piece of a Calf Creek. Pretty positive. It's a base from a basal notch point, that's for sure. And then over here to my pile, I can't remember the first thing it was I found out. This broken Dixon, which was a shame, because man, that is some cool mosaic. And then this point here, we've come to a couple conclusions on this point. The tip was broke off, and it was in direct process of being sharpened up. You can easily tell by the flaking on it. Besides it being that horizontal banded mosaic, just a gorgeous, gorgeous point. And that and its type, we're pretty sure it's a Delhi, which we know a Delhi is a Texas point. But we find Texas type points out in the big sea. And Terry's got a Delhi that's just awesome off of a lake site. And, let's see, this little point here with the freeze pops. Pretty sure it's a Kramer. And this here would have been missing that long ear, would have been an Apple Creek with an ear sharpened off. The only thing it's missing is just that ear. And a sharpened up Schneider's. Beautiful material. Beautiful material. Probably had some great big ears, long ears hanging off of it. Oh, and then I had a tip. Would have been nice too. Broken base of an Atlee. Some piece of a tool. Some beautiful material. Gonna make an awesome garden piece. And then kept this. It's a broken piece of a tool, but it's some really sweet oolitic material. Now that's just one of my most favorite types of mosaic. Is oolitic. A lot of people mistake it for sugar quartz. And then let's see. I had 3 bullets. Look at that one. That one really hit something. I think I got one missing somewhere. It may be in my bag yet, but we have a big collection of bullets out there, but we only find them when the river eats them. Then had this big base right here. Who knows? Big Sedalia, big Wadlow blade or something. Had this little guy. And this point here, man, it's a crying shame that base got knocked off. Still kind of undetermined of its type, but it's definitely mid-archaic. That flaking, maybe even closer to early archaic. The flaking on it is just unreal. Just awesome piece. Very symmetrically made. Real crying shame, and that's a fresh break too. And broke by the tractor. Let's see where we at now. This guy here, this adds. This thing is just stellar. I mean, this is more oolitic mosaic, and I mean just some beautiful stuff. This camera's probably not even doing this piece justice. I mean, I can see all the sparkles in it, but a lot of people mistake this piece for sugar quartz. And this guy here, from this edge all the way up, is as ground gets. I mean, just as ground as a early archaic point. And this side here has a little slight grinding on it right here, but we're pretty sure that baby was probably hafted to about right in there. Then had this cool little woodland bullseye point. I think it's a little Gibson. Man, and I mean, it's a little beat up, missing a little bit right there, but check it out. I mean, it's got all the colors to it. Plumb up to a black tip. And a really cool bullseye. And then that awesome Dixon I spotted from 20 feet away, because I could see that tip. It was pointing straight at me. And that thing is flawless. I mean, flawless. Perfect point. Nice material. Then the big old Apple Creek. Missing just a little bit of tip. It's a little rough on this side because of the type of material, but check out the designs down here in the base. And then just the color in this thing. It's so nicely made. I mean, if you could see the flaking on that baby. Oh, it goes in a case, that's for sure. And then this here, and we'd probably call this the day maker. This Smith. And Terry says it's more like our true Smetley type. This is more like a cross of Smith and a Melville. Awesome material. Just stellar mosaic. But even with the tip being impact broke off of this is the same thing that is. And I have a broken one at home. It's probably about like that much of it. And then there's been 3 other broken ones found out there. But that's a surefire calf creek. Those are straight up basil notches. But the thing about a calf creek is it's flaking, especially on its ears. If I could get that flaking to just show just right on them ears, you'd know what I'm talking about. I mean, look at that right through there. Boom, 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 I mean. That there probably go to Dr. Gomer for a tip get stuck on it. And then I had this little at first I thought it was a bullet when I seen it, but it's just a little polished rock. But we're pretty sure they drug it up there, polished it for something. Never know, unless we were there. I want a grinding stone I packed out. And then every time the river gets up, we gotta show these. We always find these gourds, and we have no clue where they come from, what kind of vine, what kind of tree. Look at all these. Check out this one Terry's got right here. We won't say what that looks like. Oh, excuse me. But they all got seeds in them. And then check out this one. That looks like an egg. And then I got the bigger egg over here, but that's like, at first we really thought that was a goose egg. And then I was like, nah, man, that's our gourds we always find. I seen that right there, but we only find these when the river gets up. And there's like one, that one's really cool. Yeah, like mushroom hunting. We get all excited about it.
I know we left one.
Yeah,
in the brush pile.
And I dropped one coming out. This one's got seeds in it. But
I think Awesome Rattles, that's the best sound one right
there. Yeah. Yep, those are cool rattles. Well, no telling how long this video is. I think around 15 minutes of cleanup. But what can you do about a stellar day and so many stellar finds? I gotta show them all.
I'm bumming I lost that one.
I'm bumming you. I'm hoping it's in the truck somewhere.
And I was going to make a video, but I realized my phone has no volume, and you can see that it's a construction man's phone. It's shattered. It
been through the ringer.
It don't ring. It don't have no volume, so I'm going to have to wait. I'm due for an upgrade pretty soon, so I'll try to start making a video when I get a phone.
Yep, and this is probably going to get put up a day late because got to go back out there again and cover as much ground. Because once it goes YouTube, it goes public. And my little arch nemesis trespasser will be wanting out there. And I'm going to make sure we clean it up before he goes out there. Because honestly, I'm the only one that's got permission to go out there. I mean, I even had to sign an insurance waiver with them people. But that was an awesome day. Thanks for coming along and enjoying. To the next nomadic adventure, we will return.
Y'all have a good one. Catch you later.
You gonna say bye, Miss Kimmy? There's the toe rock. There's your goodbye.